Hello friends, welcome to the video. I am Ram Mohan. For the benefit of all the students who are preparing for SSC CGL Tier 1 examination, I will discuss the solutions of the quantitative aptitude section of previous papers. This will help you understand the pattern of the exam and also secure good marks. Now let us start with the 19th October 2014 paper. Let us start with the evening session paper. First question. For any integral value of n, 3 power 2n plus 9n plus 5 when divided by 3 will leave the number dash. Now we can write 3 power 2n plus 9n plus 5 as 3 into 3 power 2n minus 1 plus 3 into 3n plus 3 plus 2. The first part is clearly divisible by 3, so the remainder is 2. Next question. 3 men A, B and C working together can do a job in 6 hours less time than A alone, in 1 hour less than B alone, and in 1/2 the time needed by C when working alone. Then A and B together can do the job in dash. Let us suppose that A, B and C together can do the work in X number of hours. So as per the question, we can say that the time taken by A is equal to X plus 6 hours, time taken by B is equal to X plus 1 hours, and time taken by C is equal to 2X hours. Now the work done by A, B and C in 1 hour is equal to 1 by X plus 6 plus 1 by X plus 1 plus 1 by 2X, which is nothing but 1 by X. So let us write the equation. 1 by X plus 6 plus 1 by X plus 1 is equal to 1 by X minus 1 by 2X, which is equal to 1 by 2X. This on simplification gives 1 by X plus 6 is equal to 1 minus X by 2X square plus 2X. Again, on further simplification, we get a quadratic equation which is 3X square plus 7X minus 6 is equal to 0. This can be factorized as 3x minus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now x cannot be equal to minus 3, so x is equal to 2 by 3. Now time taken by A is equal to x plus 6, that is 6 plus 2 by 3, that is 20 by 3 hours. And B is equal to 1 plus 2 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3 hours. Now A and B's work in 1 hour is equal to 3 by 20 plus 3 by 5, which is equal to 3 by 4. Now A and B can complete the total work in 4 by 3 hours. Next question. A swimming pool is fitted with 3 pipes. The first 2 pipes working simultaneously fill the pool in the same time as the third pipe alone. The second pipe alone fills the pool 5 hours faster than the first pipe and 4 hours slower than the third pipe. In what time will the second and third pipes together fill the pool? Now let us assume that the time taken by the second pipe in filling the pool be X hours. It is given that the second pipe fills the pool 5 hours faster than the first pipe, so the time taken by the first pipe is equal to X plus 5 hours. It is also given that the second pipe is 4 hours slower than the third pipe, so time taken by the third pipe is equal to X minus 4 hours. Now we can write the equation 1 by X plus 1 by X plus 5 is equal to 1 by X minus 4. This is written on the basis of the first statement, where it is given that the first 2 pipes working simultaneously fill the pool in the same time as the third pipe alone. So the equation X plus 5 plus X by X into X plus 5 is equal to 1 by X minus 4. On simplification, this gives us a quadratic equation x square minus 8x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now on solving this factorization, we get x plus 2 into x minus 10 is equal to 0. We can solve it and we get x is equal to 10 because x cannot be minus 2. Now we are asked to find out the part of the pool filled by second and third pipes. So part of the pool filled by second and third pipes in 1 hour is equal to 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 4 which is equal to 1 by 10 plus 1 by 6, which is equal to 4 by 15. So the required time to fill the pool is equal to 15 by 4, which is nothing but 3.75 hours. Next question. Arrange the following in descending order: cube root of 4, square root of 2, sixth root of 3, fourth root of 5. In questions like these, we should try and equate the indices or the powers. The question given is 4 power 1 by 3, 2 power 1 by 2, 3 power 1 by 6, 5 power 1 by 4. Now let us take the LCM of the denominators of the powers, which are 3, 2, 6 and 4. The LCM is 12. Now the cube root of 4 can be written as 4 power 1 by 3, which is nothing but 4 power 4 whole power 1 by 12. Now which is equal to 12th root of 4 power 4, which is 12th root of 256. Similarly, square root of 2, which is 2 power 1 by 2, can be written as 2 power 6 whole power 1 by 12, which can be written as 12th root of 64. Similarly, 6th root of 3 is equal to 3 power 1 by 6, which can be written as 3 square whole power 1 by 12, which is nothing but 12th root of 9. Similarly, 4th root of 5 is equal to 5 power 1 by 4, which is equal to 5 cube whole power 1 by 12, which is equal to 12th root of 125. Now as the powers are equal, we can compare the bases. So on comparing, we get cube root of 4 is greater than 4th root of 5 is greater than square root of 2 is greater than 6th root of 3. Next question. The base of a right prism is a quadrilateral ABCD. Given that AB is equal to 9 centimeters, BC is equal to 14 centimeters, CD is equal to 13 centimeters, DA is equal to 12, and angle DAB is equal to 90 degrees. If the volume of the prism is 2070 cubic centimeters, find the area of the lateral surface. Now here is the diagram with the pyramid, the right prism. Now ABCD is the quadrilateral, which is the base. Now let us join the side BD. So we get two triangles here. Now DAB is a right angle triangle, which is already given in the question. Now we are also given the sides. Now area of the base is equal to area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle BCD. Now let's find out the areas individually. In triangle ABD, BD is equal to root over AB square plus AD square, because it is a right angle triangle, which is equal to, therefore BD is equal to root over 9 square plus 12 square, which is equal to root over 225. So BD is equal to 15. So area of triangle ABD is equal to half into AB into AD, which is equal to half into 9 into 12, which is equal to 54 square centimeters. Now for triangle BCD, the semi-perimeter is given as 13 plus 14 plus 15 by 2, which is equal to 21. Now area of triangle BCD, we know the formula root over S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is the semi-perimeter. We know that semi-perimeter is 21. So let us substitute the values. We get 21 root over 21 into 21 minus 13 into 21 minus 14 into 21 minus 15. On solving, we get area of triangle BCD as 84 square centimeters. Now area of quadrilateral ABCD is equal to 54 plus 84, which is 138 square centimeters. Now the height of the prism is given by a formula volume by area of base. Volume is already given and the area we have found out. So which is the height of the prism is equal to 2070 by 138, which is equal to 15 centimeters. Now the perimeter of the base is equal to 9 plus 14 plus 13 plus 12, which is equal to 48 centimeters. We are asked to find out the lateral surface area, which is equal to the perimeter into height. It is equal to 48 into 15, which is nothing but 720 square centimeters. Next question. The volumes of right circular cylinder and a sphere are equal. The radius of the cylinder and the diameter of the sphere are equal. The ratio of height and radius of the cylinder is. Let the radius of cylinder be r and height of cylinder be h. It is given that the radius of cylinder and the diameter of the sphere are equal. So the diameter of sphere is r and the radius of the sphere is r by 2. The volume of cylinder is equal to volume of sphere. So we know that volume of cylinder is pi r square h and volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Here volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r by 2 cube. So pi r square h is equal to 1 by 6 pi r cube. So h is equal to 1 by 6 r. We are asked to find out the ratio between height and radius. So h by r is equal to 1 by 6. H is to r is 1 is to 6. Next question. A wire of length 44 centimeters is first bent to form a circle and then rebent to form a square. The difference of the two enclosed areas is. Now it is given that the wire is bent to form a circle. So the wire's length is equal to the circumference of the circle. Now we know that circumference of the circle is equal to 2 pi r, which is equal to 44 according to the problem. Now 2 into 22 by 7 into r is equal to 44. On solving, we get the radius as 7 centimeters. Now the area of the circle is pi r square, which is equal to 22 by 7 into 7 into 7, which is equal to 154 square centimeters. Now it is also given that the wire is rebent to form a square. So the wire's length is equal to the perimeter of the square. Now perimeter of the square is equal to 4 into side of the square, which is equal to 44. Now the side of the square is equal to 11 centimeters. Now the area of square is s square, or the side square, which is equal to 11 into 11, which is equal to 121 square centimeters. Now the difference of the two areas is equal to 154 minus 121, which is equal to 33 square centimeters. Next question. A shopkeeper listed the price of goods at 30% above the cost price. He sells half the stock at this price, 1/4 of the stock at discount of 15% and remaining at 30% discount. What is his overall profit? Now let us assume that the cost price be rupees 100. Therefore, the listed price or the market price is equal to 100 into 130 by 100 is equal to rupees 130. Now selling price of half of the articles is 130 by 2, which is 65. Now selling price of 1/4 of the articles at 15% discount is equal to 130 by 4 into 100 minus 15 by 100, which is equal to rupees 27.625. Now the selling price of the remaining articles, which is the 1/4 at 30% discount, is equal to 130 by 4 into 100 minus 30 by 100, which is equal to rupees 22.75. Now the total selling price is equal to 65 plus 27.625 plus 22.75 is equal to rupees 115.375. Now we are asked to calculate the profit percentage, which is equal to selling price minus cost price by cost price into 100, which is equal to 115.375 minus 100 by 100, which is equal to 15.375 or 15.3 by 8%. Okay friends, let's continue with the remaining questions in the next part of the series. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to write to us for any further queries at prmrau@gmail.com.